Coronation Street spoilers: Carla Connors stalker revealed. Next week, we'll see Carla Connor Allison King become the focus of a cruel stalker's attention when she begins receiving threatening text messages. And the name shows up as from Rana Habibovna Limachia. Carla receives more texts from the mystery stalker, and it triggers the factory owner's breakdown as she begins to believe she's being watched. But who is really There are a lot of people out to see Carla crumble after her part in Rana's death. But who could be so? Imran is probably chief suspect, if a little obvious. He is raging over. Robert doesn't seem to have slowed in his bid to get revenge on Carla. As if she hasn't, Carla is set to experience very serious mental health issues stemming from her paranoia over the roof collapse. So perhaps there's a darker reason, as her mental health will drastically deteriorate. Could she start experiencing split personality symptoms that lead to her target herself without even realizing? Carla nearly killed Sally too when the roof she was stood on gave way beneath her. She later suffered. What if Rana didn't really die? Or there really isn't. They've had bad blood in the past, and Alia has already made her feelings clear on Carla regarding the roof collapse. When Carla said, "Peter is the only one who's there for Carla right now," her dad's turned against her, her sister wants her dead, and even Roy has given up on his best friend. But Carla's fortune. Roy's angry. It would be a pretty. Kate is grieving and not thinking straight. She wants revenge. Nick needs for Carla to take the entire blame for the roof collapse to exonerate himself. If he pushes her, Corey casts first black family as part of new football homophobia story. Devi Alahan to exit Corey as actor. Jimmy Harkishan marks 20 years on the soap. Corey's Chesney dumps Gemma ahead of pregnancy storyline. Nick jailed in Corey as his theft of Audrey's money is exposed. Ads keep our content free for everyone. Please note that the Interactive Advertising Bureau IAB describes online personalized advertising through the below definitions. We put the storage of information, or access to information that is already stored, on your device, such as accessing advertising identifiers and / or other device identifiers, and / or using cookies or similar technologies. The collection and processing of information about your use of this site to subsequently personalize advertising for you in other contexts, i.e. on other sites or apps, over time. Typically, the collection of information, in combination with previously collected information, to select and deliver advertisements for you, and to measure the delivery and effectiveness of such advertisements. This includes using the collection of information, in combination with previously collected information, to select and deliver content for you, and to measure the delivery and effectiveness of such content. This includes using the collection of information about your use of the content, in combination with previously collected information, used to measure, understand, and report on your usage of the content. Ads keep our content free for everyone. We carefully select. We use additional third-party advertising companies who serve ads to help keep content free. For these partner, you will continue to receive advertising, however, it may not be tailored to your likely interests. Well, check in with you. Great. Thanks for choosing. You have opted out from our advertising partners.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.